Welcome to the Random Ass Podcast. I'm your random asshole, Christopher Steele.
Random asshole, Dustin Rhoads. Welcome to the show.
Which is unofficially sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. See, now I have to turn this way because it's on the printed on the other side of the can than last time. Like last time I had to turn the other way to get the logo on.
Okay, so did you watch the
Mm-mm. I haven't watched
Angel?
anything. I haven't watched anything. I've not had fucking time. I mean, seriously, I have done nothing but fucking
so
work
we'll
and
have
sleep
to
this week.
postpone that for another week.
Yeah, I've got nothing on that.
Alright,
done
so
fucking work, sleep, except for the last 2 days because I busted my thumb.
so we will I want to start kind of a new segment.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, this is season 4.
Welcome to season 4. Welcome to season 4. Can't wait till we get to episode 20. All weed.
Like 14 days or 13 days, the day after episode 19 to the day before episode 21.
Yeah. Pretty much. All weed. Celebrating 420.
Alright, so new segment, Hidden Gems segment.
Ooh, nice.
I'm not gonna, it shouldn't be really Hidden Gems. It's kind of a forgotten gems.
Right. I know where you're going with on this. Like, shit that's obscure might have been popular at
No,
the time, but nowadays
right.
is like people don't think about it, talk about it, know about it.
And I'm gonna start with Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, you just binge watched the shit out of that, didn't you?
I watched like a season and a half.
I've got the first 3 seasons on DVD. I just binge watched those because I found a streaming service. I say just. That was like a couple months ago because I found a streaming service that has the rest of the episodes. I'm just like, yes. I'm watching all of this eventually.
It is a forgotten gem.
Oh yeah. By some, like to me, like if I see something's gonna have John Lithgow in it, I'm going
Right.
to watch it specifically because I enjoyed him in that.
That and Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, and Twilight Zone. He did the Shatner role in that Twilight Zone movie really fucking good. He totally made it his own. I'll just go with that as as my hidden gem. Fucking John Lithgow. If you know nothing
Right.
of the man, look him up. You will not be disappointed.
But
you have to have a wide spectrum of appreciation of art because he does drama. He'll do comedy like Third Rock.
Third Rock, he's fucking
horror. He's all over.
He's actually amazing as the High Commander.
Right? Brilliant.
The first season that they're trying to figure out what they are.
That's so good.
and the woman they rent from says, "Your people."
Miss Dubček.
Yeah.
Like, what are we?
They
find out they're Jewish.
You're Jewish.
No, Solomon.
Who would have thought we would be Jewish after I named us after car?
Yeah. No, they saw a semi. It was something right on the side of a semi. That's funny.
And then, the first episode, it was the first episode of season 2. Dennis Rodman.
Yes. Oh god, the celebrity cameos in that show alone.
Right.
Oh dude, the last 3 seasons are my. I want to watch them again because China has such a prominent role in the show.
But Dennis Rodman states that Madonna is an Earthling.
Yep. Michael Jordan's an alien.
No, he's a robot.
Oh, that's right. That's it. He's a robot. You're right.
And Dennis Rodman is an alien. Everybody.
I'm not
weird.
exactly convinced that he's not an alien.
Right. All right. They just think I'm weird.
Right. Shit. All right. I like the theory. I like the potential of this segment. Yeah. I see now. I just got done watching this like a couple weeks ago. Legend. I'm not a Tom Cruise fan by any stretch of the imagination. Tim Curry is who I'm a fan of.
Right.
And it took a long time for me to realize who the hell was Darkness in that movie, who that big devil character was. Because like the first time I ever saw Tim Curry was in It. I was about 6. I just read the book and I saw It, and I'm like, okay, that clown is scary as shit. Then just shortly thereafter, I saw Legend, and I'm like, who's this Tim Curry guy, and why do I never see his face? And then I saw, I think it was Home Alone 2 that he's in, and I'm like, wait, that was Tim Curry? The fuck you say? And like, yeah, but I had to go back and rewatch Legend because you don't hear anybody talk about that as often as they should, because it is a classic film.
That and
Clue. Yeah. We both go over the same one. Clue.
Clue is actually an amazing movie.
Oh, yeah. I don't need you making me look like an idiot. Yes, you don't need my help, sir. It's like, yes! You know who I'd love to see Tim Curry work with on a regular basis? Is the Monty Python guys. That would have just been, oh, dude. Like, if you're going to replace Graham Chapman with anybody in Monty Python, or anybody in the world that could replace Graham Chapman for Monty Python, I think Tim Curry would be a hell of a fucking contender. Because I think he would have been able to wrestle himself on stage and convince everybody that he's beating his own ass, just like fucking Graham Chapman would, because he's that good of an actor.
John Lithgow. Yeah,
Lithgow could have done it too, yeah. He probably still could. He basically did for the Planet of the Apes movie that he was in. Like, he acted stupid crazy. Like, see, there's where you can... perfect example of John Lithgow as a chameleon as far as acting goes. He's in frickin' Buckaroo Banzai. He's in Third Rock from the Sun. 2 extremely different style comedies. But then he's also in, like, Pet Sematary, the remake, and Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, or whichever one it was that he was in. He makes whatever he's in. And I watched the new Pet Sematary as far as I did simply on him alone. I'll watch it again on DVD when I can fast forward through all the boring shit, but I made it halfway through and nothing was there. Like,
you can watch it on... What?
Oh, nice. The new one?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, that actually connects to YouTube. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why...
Yeah, I was...
We got commercial free.
Yeah, but like, I knew that Google and all that was connected, but when I looked up It, because I was looking for the Georgie scene to show Mom from the new It movie, I was like, this kid deserves a damned award. And when I did, it... Right here, yeah, it's like, It has already been purchased. And I'm like, wait, what? I can just click and watch It?
Because we...
I know.
Own It.
I know. And now I'm looking for a copy of this that I can find so I can have the DVD and we can get that bitch scanned in.
So, yeah.
But yes, I love this new segment. We can actually move it to a lot of different genres other than movie or television. We could push it to music. Fuck it, might as well. Let's just push this as a whole episode. I like this idea. It's just a good idea. Like, this could become the Random Ass Podcast in that regard of just like, let's point to hidden, not so much hidden shit, but stuff that people don't acknowledge,
don't remember, or
very few people remember or pay attention to having existed. Another great example of that is oh crap.
I would go musically wise, Sponge.
Yes, Sponge, Prong. Like, there's a lot of obscure music that did not get the love that it should have. Filter is a completely underrated goddamn group. I went back and listened to their stuff. I'm like, I know, I've listened to their greatest hits, and I'm like, I know all of these songs and had no idea this was Filter except for Hey Man, Nice Shot.
Right.
Whoever their frickin' promoter was needs slapped because they had a lot of good stuff.
Well, Sponge had like 8 albums.
Yeah. And Sponge was amazing, dude.
And only one song gets noticed, and that's Plowed.
Yep.
I'm like, Wax Static's a better song.
It is. Dude. Yes. Honestly, Cake is another one of those bands where they have one song that everybody knows is Cake, and then it's like, no, they have better stuff. Like, much better stuff than He's Going the Distance, He's Going for Speed. Like, no.
Right.
Like, Honestly, those guys should make a band together, call it Sponge Cake, and do all the great songs that they had that aren't their hits. I would go see that show.
It'll only be like a $10 show.
Right?
Because as much as some of these concerts cost, you go to like a Rolling Stones concert, or some of these other big rock bands, country bands, pop.
Right.
You're gonna pay hundreds.
Through the fucking nose. All the way through it. They're gonna reach up in through your nose and pull it all out.
You go to a metal show, $10.
Right.
Unless it's like Slipknot, Korn. Nope.
Yeah. That's gonna cost you.
Yeah. Actually, it was like $40 for.
That's not terrible. For
when I went and seen Slipknot and Korn.
Well, see, that's the thing. You want to know what's weird? Bands that actually have artistic value, that are actually artists and use instruments, generally don't charge through the nose. It's the assholes with the computer and the turntable that charge $500 for you to stand there and watch them click buttons on a damn keyboard while something else plays the music.
Right.
$500 you get to watch a computer live. Yay. Much rather have had gone to the concerts in the 70s where you pay $5 for some of the best bands in the damn world.
At that point.
Stones.
No.
Freaking Floyd. Floyd gave shows away at certain points, basically. As much as it cost them to produce the show in and of itself, and it's like, oh yeah, here's a $15 ticket. Wait, you mean 10,000 people with $15 tickets is enough to cover the cost? Let's even say that 12 times in a row. That's enough to cover the multi-billion-dollar budget you fuckers are spending on planes and fucking props and fucking lighting rigs and the people that have to put that shit up. Like,
in the 90s, I know Floyd was not very cheap.
Oh no! In the night, once the 80s hit, they were like, this is really costing us through the ass, right? Yeah, fuck this shit. Yeah, fuck this shit. Let's just put up a big screen, flash some lights, and charge through the nose and recomp all that money that we fucking lost the first 1,000 times. And I get it. Like there was a whole experience that you were going to see there. It wasn't. You weren't getting some shitty opening band that was trying to blow the system to fuck the headliner.
Be like some comedians.
Yeah.
That purposely get shitty openers,
so they look good.
Not just to look good, just so they can. So people have time to go make their purchases.
Right. Like,
oh, this band sucks.
Let's go buy some of the T-shirts from the band we want to see.
I usually bought my shirts at the beginning of the...
See, the thing with a wise stand-up comedian is they want someone that's really goddamn funny, but not as funny as them.
Right.
So they can get the audience up and laughing, and then you can come in and just make a kill, dude. You just come in with the freaking sword out, shield on the ground. Who needs that? I'm killing tonight.
By the way, I gotta look up a date.
Somebody coming to town?
Yes.
Who? I know we missed Frank. We weren't able to get to the Frank Caliendo show.
We won't get to the other one either.
When is it?
31st.
You know.
Gaffigan.
Ah, where at? Funny Bone?
2 years up. Zoo.
Oh, damn.
Amphitheater.
Damn. I'm hoping they do another Bob and Tom tour, honestly.
I just heard that the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God!
There's
another
genre of stuff that there are a lot of people, like comedians. There are some comedians that don't get the love that they deserve. John Panette, perfect example. Like if you know John Panette, you're aware of John Panette and his hilarity. You know him. I know him. I didn't know his name at first. I had seen him in other stuff, and I could never remember the guy's name. And then no, it's John Panette. You know this guy, and I'm like, I do know this guy. He's
hilarious. He was hilarious.
If you're a fan of Seinfeld, you'll remember him in I think it's the second to last episode. He's the fat guy that they're filming getting harassed, and they're making fun of him and shit. The reason Jerry got him that job is because he saw him on the road and was like, this dude is funny. He needs to be seen.
He's funnier than Jerry.
Oh, way funnier. Way funnier. Not even lying. He's no Banya. You remember fucking Banya in Seinfeld, the dude that had all the jokes and would ride Jerry's wave?
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't a Banya. He was a closer. That dude was Panette is a closer. if there is an afterlife, he's closing now. He's closed
Right.
all you can eat buffets, and he's gonna go close the stage, because that's how John Panette rolls.
Yes.
They could have done in the early 2000s. They could have done a tour of all heavy set comedians, John Panette, frickin' Gabriel Iglesias, Ralphie May,
Right.
and that would have been bigger than the Blue Collar Comedy Tour if they'd have done a comedy movie like that. Oh my God, those guys were all three just straight killers. And three totally different styles of comedy too.
Right.
And all of them would take shots at their own fucking weight. Like, the one thing they had in common is like, yeah, we're fat and we know it, and we're going to make fun of it and make fun of you for making fun of it.
Ralphie May, like, I lost 200 pounds. No, don't cheer for that. I lost a whole fat man. But I'm still fat.
Right? I lost a whole fat man and I'm still fat. Yeah. Yep. That's... Yeah. And that's what made Ralphie... Is Ralphie still alive, or he has too? We've lost so many.
I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
I know Gabriel Iglesias is still alive.
Yes,
He's lost a lot of weight. He's used DDP yoga, which I can attest to being fucking amazing.
He's got a new Netflix special.
Yes, awesome. Awesome sauce.
Where he's
nope, Ralphie May died in 2017.
Hmm.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
We needed to get the show together about 2010.
Yep. Wouldn't have lost Panette at that point.
No, we lost him.
Oh, I was expecting a heart attack. Nope. He had pneumonia.
That's weird.
That's fucked.
But fucking Panette had lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. I think that might have been what killed him.
He lost too much weight.
He lost too much weight and didn't go about it in a healthy manner, I don't think. I honestly think he was a perjurer because he lost a lot of weight really fast, and it was kind of scary.
He looked... His last interview, he looked
sick. Yeah. Like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, you could tell before the heart attack he was gonna be going soon, and then has the heart attack and saves his own day. Have you seen him recently?
Yeah.
Dude, he's about my size.
Right.
I'm like, holy fuck, I could be Silent Bob's stunt double. Yes! Hey, Kev, if you see this, I could be your stunt double. I'll do all the running so you don't have to. And I don't run for anything. I don't even run when fucking chase, but if Kevin Smith's like, I need a stunt double that can do some running. Dude, you're getting fucking Tom Cruise out of my ass. The whole fucking time. It'll be, what was that movie where it's just nothing but Tom Cruise running? Which I know it was was it Mission Impossible 3? Where just like every scene is Tom Cruise running. Doesn't matter what the fuck. He could be sitting in the chair and he's just still running in the chair. Like he's got it. He's like... I think that's every Mission Impossible.
I was gonna say.
And then they were like, man, we're going to do a new Mission Impossible and we need someone to take up the mantle of running a lot. Who's good at that? Jeremy Renner. So all he did as Hawkeye was run. He's perfect. You know? You're onto something.
So you like this segment?
I'm digging the segment. Bill Hicks is another fucking comedian that just does not get any love of his... And a lot of people are like, oh, fucking Leary stole his bits.
No, he stole...
No.
Leary stole
a lot from everybody. He stole premises. He didn't steal bits. He would hear a premise and go, I can build off of that. And I see nothing wrong with that in comedy. So I have a certain respect for Dennis Leary because after Bill Hicks died, he still made did his own specials and came up with his own shit. They didn't steal from other people. He came up with his own shit. Now, there's a few of the jokes that in No Cure for Cancer are flat out Bill Hicks rephrased. Like that's all he did was rephrase it. It's the exact same build up, punchline, delivery, just a different phrasing. Or he didn't take it quite to the extreme that Bill would take, because Bill would he would try and walk people. He would intentionally try to get people to walk out of his fucking shows. It's the same reason I like Doug Stanhope. Because if Stanhope sees one person get uncomfortable, he's aiming for that person until they leave, and then when he sees someone else start to get uncomfortable, he's like, okay, what was it made you uncomfortable? It's your turn now.
So I sent you that link.
Yes.
It's
George Carlin on religion. Dude, I watch that regularly. It's George Carlin on religion. All-knowing, all-seeing, all-powerful, just can't handle a fucking checkbook. He loves you unconditionally.
No,
But will send you to hell to burn.
He's starts with the. If you're mad, you're going to a special place where you're going to burn forever. But he loves you.
Yeah. Fucking Carlin, genius on that fucking level, dude.
If you pay attention in like the early 80s,
that's when he really started to make his turn.
He still believing in God.
I don't think he ever stopped. He just hated religion.
Well,
I listened to his daughter's podcast a lot, and she grew up with Carlin. She got to see the inner workings of him, and he didn't believe in prayer, and shit like that. He didn't believe in the God that they talk about.
But
was his target, was that mainstream God.
But
very much Marilyn Manson.
He believed that, like the Catholic beliefs, earlier in his career.
Oh yeah. He used that to his.
You can see, like in the 90s, late 80s, the 90s is when
he just said fuck this.
He's like, no, this is not right.
Yeah. When I think the big change for him was when the child abuse, Christian child, or the Catholic child abuse scandal finally hit big in the 80s. Because he had already at that point had made references of like, I was a Catholic up to the age of reason,
right.
12. Like, so he at that point was already a lapsed Catholic.
No, 2.5.
2.5? Oh yeah, that's right, 2.5, that's right. 12 was what he put in his one book, and he's like, I rewrote this and said 2.5 on stage. I feel it's a little more honest. Or
for 2.5 years, that is what it was.
Yeah.
I believed the Catholic religion for 2.5 years. He didn't say the age, because
that's right.
When you're so young, you don't believe in that shit.
No, I never came to it.
Right.
Never got around to that.
So I'm thinking 2.5 years of believing. We put him about
10 to 12,
maybe 7
to 9, somewhere in there.
7 to 12.
Where he's just like, oh, this is some bullshit.
No, this don't ring true.
None of this pans out. But yeah, he really it was in the late 80s, early 90s. He really started to just aim the target, like draw the crosshairs right in on the.
I do like the part where he talks about prayer. Like
the football team one.
No, he's like, don't you think it's presumptuous? Bother God with your prayers, and most people do it on Sunday, which
his
is
day off.
What kind of friend are you?
Right. I pray to Joe Pesci. He seems like he can get things done.
And guess what?
He generally comes through on. He's come through on a few things that God didn't left me hanging on.
Joe Pesci. He's about 50-50, like God.
I think it was in the late 80s that he'd had a bit about prayer, just solely on prayer, and it was just basically a one-liner, more or less. There's a huge premise. He's like, look at Texas. Texas has high school football, and before every game, both teams, it's mandatory for them to pray. Now, if both teams are praying, we both know that they're praying to win. One of them's not going to get their prayer answered. So to me, it just seems like meaningless bullshit. And
He talks about that with war.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, everybody prays to God.
My God's got a bigger dick than your God. Do you believe in God? No. Boom. Fucking dead. Do you believe in God? Yes. Do you believe in my God? No. Boom. Fucking dead.
Like, the cemetery is all around the world, military cemeteries is filled with people that believed in God, that their God viewed it stuff like. Guess what? This is all bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
Pray to Joe Pesci.
You'll get more done. Is that the same one where he's like, I'm a sun worshiper now?
Yeah.
Well, overnight I became a sun worshiper. Well,
Well,
not
not
overnight.
overnight.
You can't see the sun at night. God, he
But-
was so
but-
good at, like, fucking turn of phrase shit. Like, George Carlin. I love his stuff about words, where he just, like, phrasing. The airplane one. Like, time to get on the plane. Fuck you, I'm getting in the plane. You can ride on the plane.
All right.
Put your seat back front. Wait, what? You want me to bend how? Okay. He always had... God, Carlin is sorely missed.
So, what do you want to do for picks?
Oh, God. Since we've done all obscure, like, except for the comedy, the rest of it was basically
Even a lot of the comedies.
basically obscure. Like, the Carlin was mainstream, but stuff we're talking about, not a lot of people were into.
Right.
They remember the 7 Dirty Words, and haha, that's Carlin. And it's like, yeah, but no. Look further into his shit, and you see a lot more depth to his comedy.
Right.
He was way smarter than people gave him credit for.
He didn't look the same. I seen that on that special. They show a clip from
One of his last ones, It's Bad For You.
2008.
Yeah, It's Bad For You.
Like,
That
that don't even look like Carl.
He got old fast. Well, he never slowed down.
Well, he was old back in the 80s.
Right. But age, like, there was, in the 90s, he, like, from the 80s to the 90s, it seemed like he didn't age. His hair would change a little bit.
Right.
But, like, he himself had the same energy and pep and go. And then, like, in the last 2 specials he had, you could see it, like, it was the wear had finally caught up. He had to slow down.
He got bigger.
Yeah, he started to put on a little more weight, a little more stationary in his life, stopped working out.
And his...
Smoked more weed.
And his hair...
Got white, dude.
and
it's funny.
Receded.
If you really look at George Carlin is the David Bowie of stand-up comedy. That is the perfect of stand-up comedy and music. Those are the 2 guys that you could point at and go, they are perfect parallels of each other career-wise, because they both started as clean-cut, wholesome acts, and then in the late 60s they were just like, you know what, fuck this. Fuck this. I can do better for myself. And Bowie went off into space, and Carlin went fucking off into the dirty hippie subculture, and was just like, and they both took different routes, but kept reinventing themselves in such extreme manners throughout their entire career, and basically knew when their end was.
I got one more
obscure treasure,
hidden treasure for you. The George Carlin Show.
Yes, played a taxi cab driver. I watched every episode, all 6 of them.
And
I could,
one more.
Yes, wanted very much more. Oh, God.
I thought that should have continued on.
I had a weird childhood because I grew up watching George Carlin from a young age.
Right.
But I also grew up watching George Carlin on Shiny Time Station as the fucking conductor. So, and I remember watching that show when Ringo was the original conductor. Like, Ringo Starr was the original conductor, and then they did switch to Carlin, and I'm like, wait, shit, piss, fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker, Carlin? Okay, I'm in. Let's see how this goes. And oh man, he missed his calling in acting. He did very few movies, and the movies he did, he stood out immensely. Jersey Girl is one of my favorites because of him alone.
All right, so picks.
Oh, what should we do for picks? Let's just fucking three obscure things that we don't hear people talk about. No particular order, just what are your 3 obscure things that you would like to see in the lexicon? You know what I have not heard of or seen a lot about in a long time is Ministry. Remember the band Ministry?
Yes.
Where's the love for those guys? They set up everything that music is nowadays. The electronica, the super heavy metal, the new metal, and they get none of the love for what they set up. They're obscure shit and totally underrated. I'll go with Ministry as my first.
I'm going to start with what I started with on the show, The Rock from the Sun.
Perfect, yeah.
Because
the obscureness.
Not too many people remember it. And
right, it doesn't get the appreciation that it deserves.
And it is a gold mine.
And the fun fact about that, if it wasn't for Third Rock from the Sun, we wouldn't have that 70s show. And if it wasn't for Saturday Night Live, we wouldn't have Third Rock from the Sun. Because Bonnie and Terry Turner started on SNL and quickly got swept into sitcoms. Because Lauren was like, you guys write stuff a little too deep than what we can do in a 5-minute sketch. NBC wants to talk to you. And you're like, okay, so they started writing episodes of sitcoms in the 80s, and they finally came to him like, you want to create something? They're like, yes, Third Rock from the fucking Sun. We got the show about aliens, and we've got people already picked out. You know, John Lithgow has been on their radar since the friggin' get-go of their career.
Kristen Johnson was great in that show.
Oh my god. She's still great. She's in Mom now. The show with Anna Faris. Anna Faris and what's the one it's a sitcom on CBS where it's a mother-daughter that are both recovering addicts. Yes. She's now on that show, and she's put on a little bit of weight, but damn, she still looks good, bro. And I know how you are like I am when it comes to women with a little extra chunk. That don't put you off at all.
Right.
And she is right at that perfect spot, man. And like she is still smoking. But yeah, that made her that show. And
the kid.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, of course. Like that made French Stewart too.
Yeah, French Stewart hasn't really done much.
No, he didn't really get to do much out of that, but it did put him on the radar. Like it did
the Inspector Gadget sequel, but nobody.
It was fucking terrible.
That's
what killed his career. Actually. Up until that point, he had done guest spots and other things and was really good.
He's just great as the transmitter for the big giant head.
Right.
All right. So your next pick.
Oh man, I'm gonna go in the same vein of what you just went with in a TV sitcom that just does not get the love it deserves. Night Court.
It did back in the 80s.
Back in the 80s it got all the love, but it doesn't
maybe a little bit in the 90s.
Oh yeah, during its run, it got all the love, but it made it to the point of syndication, but it's not on anywhere.
Right. And
it doesn't.
When it was syndicated, it still got
a love. That. Oh yeah, but like now nobody recognizes it as one of the greatest 80s sitcoms that it was. To me, the 80s consisted of 3 sitcoms that affected my life intensely. Alf, Married with Children, and fucking Night Court.
Right.
Those shaped my sense of humor.
Mine would...
And unless you count
Roseanne as well.
I was going to say, Roseanne to me was more of a 90s sitcom because it ran longer into the 90s. It started in the 80s, yes, but more of its contemporary culture
Actually,
stuff.
Married with Children did too, so...
Right. But I stopped watching it about 92 with Married with Children. And that's actually what I switched to off of Married with Children I was more of a Roseanne fan in the 90s because they kept it grounded in the realism. By 92 with Married with Children, they had gone to this weird fanciful fucking place that kind of got awkward with a lot of shit. Like Seven. Seriously. Like that was the most awkward storyline ever. We're going to add a kid to the show because that's what makes shows, that'll resurge, and then realize real fast, this isn't working. Let's get rid of this kid now.
There is a joke about that.
Oh, yeah.
They have the milk carton.
And he's on the milk carton. But see, you're one of the few people that I could mention Seven and Married with Children at the same time, and you know exactly what the fuck who and what the fuck I'm talking about.
You only had like 4 episodes.
Right. Dude, if it weren't for Night Court, I'm going to jump back to Night Court. If it weren't for Night Court, I would not know who the fuck Mel Torme was.
Right.
Like, flat out, I would not know fuck all about, like, Mel Torme or any of his music or have even looked into him if it weren't for fucking Harry on Night Court.
I agree with you on that. I'm like, who the fuck is Mel Torme?
Apparently he wants to be known as the Velvet Fog. Okay, that'll work. But yeah, like...
All right, so Night Court's your second pick?
Night Court's my second pick. It was just totally underappreciated.
And I'll go with another one that I mentioned earlier, Sponge.
Yes.
Wax Static is...
a way better song.
Wax Static to Sal Angelina is one of their greatest songs.
That album is underappreciated.
Yes.
Yeah, extremely. Like, the people they know those 2 songs off of their set list, and I'm like, yo, have you ever sat down and just listened to all that first Sponge album? Because it'll fucking blow your hair back.
Everybody, only song people know is Plowed.
Yeah, or Wax Static. And if they know Wax Static, they don't know that it's Sponge. They know the song because they heard it on the radio, and they only fucking
they
know
don't play it. The radio doesn't play that anymore.
Not anymore, no. I mean,
No.
like someone from my generation to your generation would have heard it on like 106 or whatever alternative station.
But
Plowed gets. I still hear fucking Plowed on the goddamn radio.
I'm like,
Play
play
Wax
Wax Ecstatic. Wax Ecstatic's a much
Actually,
better
I
song.
did hear Wax Ecstatic about 2 weeks ago on 104.7 during the fucking Nooner request lunch. Fucking somebody called in.
Somebody else is a Sludge fan. Yeah.
Exactly. Wax Ecstatic. And what was the other one? I heard a Nirvana song I'd never expected to hear on the radio. What the, Nameless Shapeless? Was that the name of the fucking hidden track? I mean, it was a song that definitely should not have gotten radio play because it's basically nothing but fucking noise and him whining over it. And it got played. And I'm just like,
what?
Who is this DJ? And can I blow her?
Now, like I said, Wax Ecstatic to Sell Angelina is one of Sponge's best songs.
Yeah, I recommend the whole album. Flat
Wax
out.
Ecstatic album,
Yep.
yes. Alright. Your last choice.
Oh, this is going to be a rough one. I had something and I lost it. We were talking because you said Sponge and we started talking about that and I was just like, yeah, fucking Sponge really was badass, weren't they? Fuck, it was a band too. It was another one of those just damned obscure bands where that first album was just... It wasn't... I shouldn't say the first album, but the first album I had heard of theirs. The Toadies. Fucking The Toadies. Just that first album of The Toadies. Go listen to that.
Rubberneck?
Yeah, the one that had fucking Possum Kingdom.
Possum Kingdom, yes.
That whole album is fucking intense. And it does tell an entirely concise story, too, which I did not know until just recently. Because I didn't look into that album until just recently.
You know...
I only knew Possum Kingdom and what you had told me, and I'm just like, really? It's about that?
Yeah, it's about...
That whole album is based around Stephen King's Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
So there's a whole intensity to that album, and I didn't know that going in.
A lot of people don't realize Possum Kingdom is about vampires.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, his dark secret, he's a vampire.
Right. You'll stay beautiful forever. It's like right there.
If you look at the words, he's like, do you want to die?
Yeah.
But you will live forever.
Right. It is vampire. It is the vampire anthem, or it should be. It seems. You know what seems weird is that song did not get used in Queen of the Damned.
Mm.
It seems like a wasted opportunity. You have a fucking rock band, a vampire rock band, and you don't have the Toadies opening for them.
Yeah, I didn't like Queen of the Damned.
Really? That's one of my... I shouldn't say it's one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite movie soundtracks of all time.
Maybe.
The movie is okay. Like, on a level of having read the books and known the story, they did an okay job, but it's not the Queen of the Damned book. It's the Queen of the Damned and the Vampire Lestat kind of fucking thrown into a blender and fucking kicked on.
And then stuff
taken out of it. And
cut completely out. Characters completely cut.
Akasha gets a complete remodel of her character.
There's only two characters
that are accurate.
Not accurate. That returned. Because it is technically a sequel
to Interview with the Vampire.
Interview with the Vampire. Only two people made it back. Lestat.
Yep.
There's one. And the other was,
Marius. No.
Armand.
Armand. Why is it the fuck I can remember Armand made it? And that's what pissed me off about Queen of the Damned.
And you don't even know it's Armand unless you watch the deleted scene at the end, because that's the only time he's called Armand.
Yep. Which was a wasted opportunity because that character had so much to give from the Anne. Like his character alone in the Anne Rice novels is fucking irreplaceable, and they gloss over him at every turn.
Plus, even Interview messed up a little bit with him. He shouldn't have been Banderas.
No, God no. No. The only reason he got picked is because he was popular at the time. That's the only reason he got that role.
And
if anything, Cruz should have been Armand.
At the end, it wasn't Lestat that changed Daniel.
No, that was...
it was Armand.
Yeah, that's right.
Armand is the one that
Technically,
was in the car with him.
in the long and short of it, Interview with the Vampire should have occurred after Queen of the Damned. Because
it is the first book, though.
It is the first book, but doesn't it occur after Lestat becomes famous? Isn't that why the interview is sought after in the first place?
No.
I always thought it was. I gotta go back and reread those. It's been almost 25 years.
Like I said, because he does an interview.
I was like fucking 8 when I read those, dude. It's been forever. It's been well over 20 years since I've read those.
Louis does the interview.
That's right. That's right. But see, I'm
going...
Lestat
awakens.
That's right. That's right. I would like them to reboot entirely the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles from the start, tell it in order,
Right.
give them the Harry Potter treatment.
Yes, I agree
Split
with
the books in fucking 2 because there's a lot of shit to get through in a lot of these fucking in those books.
I don't know.
It could be drawn down.
I don't think.
But there's enough overlap in the history of the books that you could tell it a concise story with the title of the first book, and then get references from that first book, and they just kind of.
I only had slight problems with Interview.
The movie?
Yes.
I didn't really have a problem with it other than the casting with Banderas and
some
of the omissions that they had.
Banderas.
There are some things that I were glad that they didn't have. It would have been really awkward to watch a child Kirsten Dunst have fucking sex. That would have been kind of awkward.
Right. And the fact that she was killed was because of Lestat.
Right.
They don't tell you that.
No, it's another. Yeah, right. There's one of the main omissions that was like, oh, come on, that takes a lot of the heart out of the ending and the fallout between the two.
They had to fall out before that, though.
Right, but that was the final nail in the coffin of them two ever.
Actually, no. You read the later books.
I only read the first 5. Because
Armand, the Vampire Armand, being your last one.
Yeah. Because after that, I was just like, if any more comes out of this, it's only going to go downhill from here. Is the way I looked at it, because she had reached her fucking crescendo point. Everything was wrapped up nicely.
Actually,
everything.
The Vampire Armand is an amazing book that
fuck yeah.
I read first.
Really?
And
see, I was the dumbass that read The Queen of the Damned first because I saw the movie first, and I'm like, I love this movie, and then I read it, and I'm like, wait a minute, there's some stuff I'm not getting here.
Because
I didn't fucking start with the first fucking 3.
Actually, you can skip Interview.
Right.
But you skip Interview and the Vampires.
Which I'm like, wait a minute, none of this is... Where's this stuff from the movie? And it's like, I go back and read them later, and I'm like, fuck, it was a Vampire Lestat. Shit, they jumped the gun on the title. But seriously, Queen of the Damned is the better selling title than the Vampire Lestat.
Right.
That would not have sold in theaters. Queen of the Damned fucking put asses in seats. And Aaliyah. Let's just be fucking real here. She destroyed the Akasha role. No, I don't think it'd be... The only person that fucking played it equally as good as her was her brother. Did you know that? There are 3 scenes in that movie that it's not her, but him, because she had already died and they needed to fucking do post-credit, and they actually have the same body shape.
Alright, so we gotta get going.
Right? Oh, God, yeah, we're at 43 minutes. Yeah, so that's Dr. Pepper Dark Berry.
Our unofficial
sponsor. Yep, there it is.
Come on, Dr. Pepper Dark Berry. You can sponsor us.
Just give us a shout out in the comments and send the checks to him.
Then we will collect the checks and
our production value will go up, and there'll be a big Dr. Pepper logo behind us. and he'll wear a shirt that says Dark. No, I'll wear a shirt that says Dark. He'll wear a shirt that says Berry.
No, I'll wear Dark.
I'll wear one that says Berry, but it'll be spelled like the name, not the fruit.
Alright, so like, share, subscribe.
Comment. Tell your friends.
Tell your enemies.
Tell your frenemies.
Until next time, keep it random and
peace.